Hello, Buzz's Retirement Garage, trying to retire and only spend the money that Social Security gives us. We're a two Social Security income home between my wife and I, and you'll see up at the top, and this is for September of 2024. We're at 10 months into our 12-month experiment. Not sure if we'll continue it on next year, but we wanted to give you the results of September. So as I said, I'm getting 25.23. This is before any taxes. We don't believe, based on the amount that we're getting, that we will be taxed at all on Social Security. The state of Ohio does not tax Social Security, so we should not have any tax implications based on Social Security alone. So my wife gets $12.60, so we have a combination of $37.83 per month. Higher than some, lower than some, but that's what we have to work with. So our goal over the past 10 months is to try to keep our spending within that $37.83 so that I don't have to touch the savings that I do have, okay? And I can tell you right now, this is not a great way. I would not try to live on Social Security alone. I mean, some people are forced to, but if you're watching this video and you're younger, you're in your 50s, maybe even your 40s, collect that money, stack that money, get your investments lined up, get as much money as you can before you retire. Social Security is only going to be should be a small portion of what you need. So what I'm doing works for me, but I don't suggest everybody do it this way. So now that we got that out of the way, and the ambulance coming to take me away. So that's annoying. So house taxes. I just did a video the other day and the ambulance went by. We have a retirement home next door. And unfortunately, the ambulance goes there quite often. Our house taxes are up at $450. We did get an assessment this year. Every 6-year assessment. So our 3-bedroom ranch the assessment has gone up. And we got fireworks too. And so we're at $450 a month now. Next year, when I turn my taxes in for 2024, when I turn my taxes in next year, we will be eligible for the homestead exemption. So they'll take $25,000 off the value of our home. So that'll help us a little bit. That $450 should then drop a little bit. So that'll be a little bit of a help. And the purpose of doing this is to identify where our spending is, and then identify and maybe correct overspending in that particular area. So unless you measure something, you really don't know where you're at. So I suggest whether you measure it on a whiteboard like this, or here's a spreadsheet that one of our subscribers, Vicky, has sent to me. And this is just some data that, let's see if you can see that. Some data that she has, but she has offered and asked me to offer to you today at no charge. She will send you or email me, and we will send off this spreadsheet, so you don't have to do all the math and the formulas, and you can just change the subjects here. And she has Social Security, she has the tax, she has net total, then she has groceries, restaurants, home supplies, gasoline, birthdays, Christmas. So she's listed. You can change those headings any way you want. So if you're not really familiar with Excel, it's already done for you. Just put in your categories and it'll extrapolate out the numbers for you. So just email me, and you'll find my email in my description, or hit me up at nopurplecar@gmail.com. nopurplecar@gmail.com. All right, back to the whiteboard. So our house insurance has gone up a little bit too. It's $68 a month now, and of course we pay that once a year. The $450 house taxes, we pay that 2 times a year. Water was $36. Natural gas is $54. It's been $54 because we're not using any natural gas. We do have a stove and water heater, but the usage is like $6 or $7, $8 a month. The $54 represents all the taxes and infrastructure charges and everything else and delivery charges that Columbia Gas sends us. So electricity was $89. The air conditioner is finally starting to go intermittent instead of every single day. So we are humid right now because we do have the hurricane, remnants of the hurricane, and fortunately for us in Ohio and Cleveland specifically, some cloudiness, some humidity is all we got. We do send our prayers out to the people from Florida all the way up through North Carolina, etc., who have really been impacted by the effects of the hurricane. So our prayers out to you. Electricity, like I said, $89. Our universal life insurance for me and my wife. So what happens when she passes or I pass, that one of those Social Security checks is eliminated. So the insurance will help. She'll get $200,000. I will get $100,000 if she passes. That's enough to get us going and keep us going. So we do pay that. And my daughter's on there as well for a small, I think it's $15,000. So auto insurance, again, $50 a month. We're lucky we have one car. We had two, but now in retirement, we've gone to one car. And it works for us. Some people it won't work for, but for us, it works. Charities, we did some, normally we do it in November, so you should see that in the next, I should say after the October, you'll see it in the November whiteboard where we do charity. But we did give to some cat rescue in Cleveland. Medicare, my wife is on Medicare. I don't go to Medicare until January. I'll be 65 in January 2025. So I rounded up to 175. I think it's 174.70. I rounded up 175, and her Medicare plan N as in Nancy is $89 through Cigna. She also has a plan D that I don't have listed there because there's no monthly cost through WellCare. Now she got her information for WellCare. There's a lot of talk about the drug plans going up from $0 to many dollars because of some changes that the government made where they cap drugs at $2,000 per year from what I understand. But her Cigna 2025 monthly cost will still be $0. We got that in the mail last week. So that's good. I'll go on in January. Right now I'm on the ACA plan with the GAP plan, and that's $232. Her dental is $46. That's going up $3. It's going to $49. We're going to have to reevaluate that and maybe look around, but this would be year 2 for her. So we're going to have to take a look at that. Because remember, these categories, we want to try to cut down where we can, where it makes sense to cut down, okay? Such as cable and internet. We were at $280 something after all our things expired, all the little things they give you, subscription costs that they give you some discounts on. They expired, so we went up to $282. I renegotiated, got $40 off, the best that he could do, so we were down to $242. And now we switched to T-Mobile Internet, so we went from $70 to $41.40 with the tax. And then we had a landline that was $20. We went to UMA. So UMA, O-O-M-A, is actually no charge for their basic plan, but it's you have to pay taxes and the fees and 911 charges, so it comes out to $6.41. It goes off of our internet. So if our T-Mobile internet goes down, so will our landline, so to speak, and we'll have no communication. So, but we still have that. And one of the reasons why is because I don't want everybody having my cell phone number and then, you know, setting up another number and everything else. We're old. We don't want to do that. So for right now, that's where we're at. So $641. a month isn't too bad. And speaking of we got the cell phones through T-Mobile. We have the Essentials over 55 plan, which is 2 phones, unlimited, $64. That includes the tax. We're fine with that. I know Consumer Cellular has come out with plans. Pure Talk and also Mint Mobile. So if you're paying a lot for cell phones, check out those 3. Pure Talk, Consumer Cellular, T-Mobile, get the 55 plus Essentials plan, or Mint Mobile. Gas for car was only $22. We didn't go too far. We went a couple trips to the Lake Erie and etc., but we didn't do too much. Restaurants, we're actually down a little bit to $2.26. Most of those were just if we went out, we go with doctor's appointment, or if we had to go somewhere, we'd stop and have a breakfast, or we'd go out and eat, a lunch or something like that. No real dinners, except, we order pizza in or something like that, Chipotle. So it was down a little bit, not too much, not too far down, because we do enjoy going out once in a while. Especially when it's hot and you don't want to heat up the kitchen. When you got the air running, it's better just to grill outside, which we've been doing, or hit a restaurant when it's real hot. So we'll be doing more cooking now. Veterinarian Nothing Groceries, we're at $9.08. We had a nice $5.87 a couple months ago in July. And then August, we had a $107.7. Now our freezer is full, which is good. This time it was $9.08. So we're averaging over the past 3 months, $857 a month. That's our average right now. Now that's something we still need to focus on. And I keep saying this month after month, we somehow we just can't get around it. She's gluten-free, so of course all the pastas and the breads and the different things that we have to buy are 3 to 4 times the price of the regular stuff, because it's got to be gluten-free. We're going to try to be making our own stuff at the house, but when you buy it off the shelf, you could take elbow macaroni and you can get it for $1.50, but if you buy gluten-free, it's $6. So it's crazy the way they have the prices, but it is what it is. So that's part of our grocery bill. Paper products, about $50. That's toilet paper and paper towels that we get from Sam's Club. Pet products, feeding the birds, the cats we have, etc. $149. Did I miss anything? Home products. That was a big one where we had $505, $236. We only had $20. Most of that home products was doing some building of some stuff here. Flowers, herbs, when you're going out and buying the mulch and you're doing all those things. So the summertime projects are now coming to an end, getting ready for winter. So we only had $20. Got a haircut for $25. No, I'm not going to do it myself. You guys and girls that keep saying that, cut it yourself. No, I'm not doing that. I'm going to let Mr. Barber cut it. Entertainment. There's a good one. So I won the Pick 3 lottery last month. So we were actually a minus 51 last month. And of course 0, because I still have the residuals from that covering our entertainment, at least our lottery for the month of September. And like I said, we didn't go out, we didn't go to any movies, we didn't do anything, no putt-putt or anything. We just went to free stuff like, Lake Erie. We went out there a couple times. Just did some local stuff that was, cheap, but got us out by the water. So that was fun. Glasses. This year, or I should say this month, I spent $189 for glasses. I don't have them yet. These are my old ones, but I went to Costco and I got the glasses and sunglasses because my prescription has changed. So I got 2 pairs of glasses, sunglasses, prescription sunglasses, and another pair similar to this for $189. So that's going to be basically a one-time-a-year charge, maybe once every 2 years. I don't know how often you get glasses, but for me it's usually every couple years. I do buy from Zenni.com, but I wanted to go to Costco because the glasses, the sunglasses they have are driving glasses, and I really like them. They're like greenish, and then as the sun brightens up, they get a little bit darker. They're not like transitions. These are great for, especially in the winter time when you got that bright snow, or you have the rain and the sun comes out, and you have the rain coming down while the sun's out, and you're just blinded by the backwash from the cars coming up from the tires. These glasses are beautiful for that. Even though I don't drive that much anymore, I used to. So doctor visits, medicine, vitamins, all the things to keep us healthy. $87. Amazon. We spent $180 on some different things that we needed. Printer, ink. We have a black and white printer and a color printer. We try to use the black and white laser printer more often. Let's put this down here so you can see. So Amazon was $180 this time. So miscellaneous was $117 because, well, I have where I paid my water runoff is $7.45. Yeah, what runs off of my roof on my house, I have to pay for that water to be recycled at the sewer system or something. Whatever. I have a rain barrel, so I get a couple dollars knocked off, but it is what it is. Out of that $117 miscellaneous, we had a clam bake too. So we got 10 dozen clams, which cost us $110, washed and bagged. We got the little neck clams, and we had a great clam bake. I did a little short on that, so you can see that. But we had a good time with that, chicken thighs and that. So that came out to $117. So if you look at a couple things, so if you can see this, let's go out, zoom out a little bit. I'm going to hold this while we talk. So in July, we were a plus 167, right? Then we were a plus 123 last month. This month, we're a plus 6. We cut it very close this month, uncomfortably so. But that's the bad news. The good news is, if I didn't have the Amazon, we're going to keep. That's just the way it is. But the glasses was $190. And then the cable internet, I got a deal where between the T-Mobile, which went from $70 now to $41.40. We got the $20 knocked off down to $641. So we saved about 60 bucks. So we're going to be at $182 going forward. What else was there? We won't have the clams again, so that's $100. So, you know, there's $290 that really we're not going to have every month. So it could have been almost a $300 month. We have 167, 123. We could have been at 300, but coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? So that's the way things go. So right now, that's where we're at. So our 10-month average, you can see that. I think you can, without knocking it over here. So our 10-month average is $38 plus a month, okay? And so for 10 months, we have a plus 380. Or to illustrate it in a different way, so December, which when we started in December, so we have a couple more months and we'll be at 1 year of tracking this. We were 591. January, we took the hit. February, we were plus. March, we took a hit. But every month after that, not by much, but we're not touching the savings really because we're picking it up. So our average is $38 plus a month over 10 months. So that's cutting it close. That's why I say you need savings, because when that roof needs replaced, or when your heating and air conditioning need replaced, or your car needs replaced, you better have something to fall back on. Now luckily, not really touching savings, with the market going the way it is and the interest rates the way they are, we keep accumulating. So we're not rich, we're not anywhere close to it, but at least we have, and it's growing because we're not touching it, okay? So, and that's a goal for us, is just to not touch it at all if we can. And use that money that's in the bank and in the stock market use that money for trips and, like I said, emergencies at the home, or one day I will have to replace my car and get maybe one more car before I pass, so who knows. But let's just not live on Social Security alone, okay? Let's try not to, all right? Like I said, if you're younger, you know, stack that money, you know, make good investments, talk to an advisor, talk to your mom and dad if you're able to. Talk to your, you know, anybody who seems fairly good with their money. At least just get their advice. You don't have to listen to it, you know, 100%, but talk to a lot of people. Get some well-rounded advice, and then figure out what's best for your situation. Anyway, I think we covered everything. Looking good for another month, although $6 is cutting it close. And if you do need this, as I wrinkle it all up, from Vicky, one of our subscribers, just email me at nopurplecar@gmail.com, and I'll send that out to you in a day or two. Anyway, Buzz's Retirement Garage for September. Thank you for being here, and we'll talk to you next month.